Hello everyone. So
Hello everybody. We are very happy to be here for the Digital Days and to present you this amazing project of MINT Mobil Bern. Evgenia?
Yes, it was really a nice adventure for us in this year, 2020. And we will let Urs after to tell more about this project and when it was started, etc. But first, I think we would like just to present who we are and why we are there together. So maybe Urs, let's start by you. Just your sound.
You are mute.
Yes, but do not.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm glad to spend the next hour with you. I'm didactic teacher, professor at the educational university at Bern, and I will bring you the ID of MINT Mobil. Evgenia.
We are very happy to be here.
Yes. So and my side. I don't know from where you can hear the sound, but
maybe can you mute
my
it's yours?
Yes,
okay.
Sorry. I'm very sorry. So yes, so from my side, I work right now at the Center Learn, but my background is in engineering, space engineering. And I was really happy to join the Center Learn and to start to work on different projects with robot chemia. And now I also is a president of the association Art22 Collaboration, where we propose international missions with the robot chemia, where children can collaborate with each other online. And now, Sophia.
So hello everybody, so I am Sophia, I work at the PFL at the Centre Learn, and I am in charge of the project Roteco, so Robotic Teacher Community. So we are trying to create this community of teachers, primary, high school, special needs education, where they can share robotics activities, and in fact it's where we can find some inspiration regarding the activities that they can do in classes. So we create this ecosystem. So the webinar of today will be presented in 3 parts, okay? The first part, we are going to show you a video that Urs has prepared for us, okay? Where he introduced the general project of MINT Mobil Bern. After, we are going to pass to the demo, okay? Where Evgenia and myself, we are going to make a demonstration regarding the 9 modules. And at the end, we are going to have a moment where you can ask all the questions. So you can write on the chat of YouTube all the questions that you have, and Urs, myself, and Evgenia, we are going to answer. That's right?
Exactly. So right now I'm ready to start the video that Urs has prepared for this webinar. Urs, I just don't know if you would like to tell something or not, or okay,
you start.
Yes, perfect. So I close our sound.
Good day and welcome. My name is Urs Wagner and I'm a lecturer for didactics of nature and technology at the University of Teacher Education Bern. I'm responsible for the teacher training in the project MINT Mobil. I'm pleased to introduce you to the MINT Mobil project of the Canton of Bern. MINT Mobil is started in August 21 and is expected to last at least until summer 2021. It is a commitment of the Department of Education of the Canton of Bern and is based on the project MINT Leben of the Canton of Lucerne, where the project has been running since 2016. MINT Mobil, the project means a large truck, a tent with exciting exhibits. Inside and numerous boxes with educational STEM problems are available to a school for 1 week. MINT Mobil is also a special learning opportunity for second cycle students. It is a project of lesson development and also a project of teacher training. The idea of the project. The aim of Curriculum 21 is for pupils to do science themselves in an age-appropriate way. Pupils in the 3rd to 6th primary grades should have direct access to an impressive and experimental place of learning, where they learn to observe, describe, search for explanations, pursue their own questions, and experiment in a playful way. Goals of the project MINT Mobil. There are several goals for pupils and for teachers. Pupils in the second cycle. They work on and understand scientific and technical phenomena in a playful and active way. They are motivated to experiment independently and find solutions to problems. They develop interest in scientific and technical topics, and they document solutions and their learning processes. There are also goals to teachers. They expand their scientific and didactic knowledge and skills. They know documents, materials, teaching aid on the subject of STEM and can use them. And they are strengthened in their self-concept. Tent and truck, both are places of learning. In the tent are 12 exhibits on different topics. One of them is the Mars mission, about which we will learn more today. The truck itself allows to safely study the problem of the blind spot, also called dead angle. There are a lot of STEM boxes, MINT boxen, for activities in the classroom, for learning in the classroom. The STEM boxes are available on the following topics: the human body, optical phenomena, optics, energy, electricity, substances and their properties, it means chemistry, and robotics. The boxes contain descriptions of the experiments and the experimental material for 12 groups of students. The boxes contain didactic notes and solutions for the teachers with suggestions and documents for getting the class in the right mood before the project week, as well as for the follow-up work after the project week. The materials are linked to the online offers of MINT Erleben Luzern. The teachers of the Canton of Bern have full access. Many thanks to Lucerne for this great co-creation. A maximum of certain classes per week can work in the MINT Mobil project. On Monday, the trucks arrives and the exhibition will be built. On Friday, the show is over and the truck will leave the school. We have 2 sessions of teacher training. One 3-hour block about 1 month before STEM week and a 3-hour block on the Wednesday of the STEM week, der MINT-Woche. The first session serves the preparation, the organization, and the technical and didactical impulses. The second session is used to exchange experiences, clarify specific questions, and identify and discuss opportunities for MINT activities after the project week. The feedback from the first STEM weeks makes us confident that we are on the right track with MINT Mobil. bringing the enthusiasm for MINT topics into schools. The start in the French-speaking part of the canton of Bern is planned for 2023. It will be a lot to do. We have to go on. So thank you for your attention and have a good time.
So as you can see on the video that Urs has shared, the project has many steps. They have the training of teachers, they have the moment of the tent, and the moment of the boxes in the class. So now we are going to explain a little bit the moment of the tent, right?
Exactly. Where we have prepared this, we have prepared the setup with robots, with stimuli robots, where children actually can discover pre-programmed modes of this robot. And to follow, as they are not guided really in the tent during this discovery, first meeting with the robot. So we have prepared the small brochure, let's say, where we have a booklet where we have described how to use the robot and also how to resolve the problem that we have presented there. So it is like the first moment when children meet Timia and when they can really already interact with this object for the first time.
Perfect! So we are going to start with the demo now of the box, okay? So the teachers are going to take this box on the classes and we are going to introduce you the 9 modules that we have prepared today, okay?
Exactly, and all material for each module. So let's start. I'm changing
of the
camera like this, and we are ready.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, you have to understand that we are going to pass through activities unplugged, okay, until the mission of the moon.
Exactly.
And a very important topic to understand is that all these activities we have inspired from the teachers that have shared on Roteco, but also from the project R2T2, and of course with the help of the HEP Bern that have also translated all the material in German, and of course the controller.
Exactly, and also PH Bern, they have suggested some changes, modifications, and we have really appreciated this moment, and like this we co-create these models, and for us it's really a great experience. So first,
Sophia, we only can see your empty seats.
Sorry, Urs?
We only can see the empty seats. Is that okay or not? No, I'm still starving, sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Urs.
Yes.
So we are going to begin with the module number 1. We have 9 modules here and we are going to share the material. So on the module number 1, we are going to explore what it is a robot, okay? So first of all, we are going to give some cards to the children without saying anything. We are going to say to them, you are going to play with the cards. I let Evgenia show to you, to the camera, these cards. As you can see in these cards, you have several robots, okay? Many robots. And as you can see, the border of the cameras are different color. In fact, the children are going to discuss between them per group of 3 and 4 children. Afterwards, the teacher is going to take all of them and you are going to discuss with them. Okay, what are these pictures? What do they take here? Symbol. For example, here, if you can see, you have the black border. That means they are robots that you can find at home, at the kitchen, at the garden. Or if you take the cards with the orange border, you have the robots from educational robots. So the goal is to have this discussion and discover all the different robots that exist in all the world.
Exactly. And after that, you can start also a discussion with children about but why we use these robots. So why we use it in life and why we have started to meet them so often in our life now. And like this, maybe children can tell some ideas about, or maybe they help us, etc. So here, the goal is really to show that robots help us. And after this discussion, we can start and follow these modules by another discussion about the robot. So what it is the robot, and which elements or components this robot has to have to be a robot. Yes, so here we can see that we are comparing, for example, robots with a human being. But maybe it's better, or like you prefer to compare it not with a human being but with an animal, and like to discuss which difference we have, and because robot is perceiving the world around it, and we do also, yes, as human being, we analyze the world around us and after we react. So the robot, it's like something similar, but of course it is done completely by person, and we are really responsible for all programs that we put inside.
And Evgenia, maybe we forget to say that all this material that you have here, you can download for the Roteco platform, and you can print it yourself. So if you don't have the box, because maybe you are not at the Canton Bern, maybe you are at Geneva, and you want to use all of this, this is Creative Commons, so you can print it and use all the material for yourself. And here I think you want to say something?
Yes, so for example, this poster was created for the MOOC about Timio, about like discovery of a digital world with this robot. So we invite you to subscribe if you are interested, and like to go through all exercises that we propose you there, from the presentation of what is it, informatic or robotics, and go through the history of these two domains, yes, and after to finish it by programming the robot Timio. And we will put after the session, we will put links to these MOOCs in German and in French under the video. And after, if you need, do not like you can visit our video and follow this link.
Perfect, yes. And a prolongation of the module 1 that you can do with children is also to ask them, can you draw a robot? And it's funny to see that the children had an anthropological way of seeing the robots. So it's very interesting to compare, for example, a drawing from module 1 until the end of the activities to see if there is one difference. But that is a prolongation. For this first module, it takes around 45 minutes. Now we are going to pass to module 2.
Exactly. In the second module, we will discover and we touch for the first time, not for the second time, if we count also the time in the 10th. So where we discover in more detailed way all pre-programmed modes of Timio, and also after the discussion of important components of a robot, we will discover these components with Timio robot. So I'll let you to present also the exercises that we have created.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Evgenia. So first of all, you have, for example, this first paper that you can give to the children, in fact. So they will have the 6 modules, 6 behaviors of Timio. So they have to write here what they see when the Timio is green, what they see when it is yellow, how do the Timio behave. So you as a teacher, maybe you are going to ask to write sentences, but maybe you want them only to write, to draw. So it depends really of the level of the children that you have. So here you have two kinds of way of filling in this paper. That's the first activity that you can ask them to do. And after, of course, you are going to introduce, like when you have a behavior, you have an action. So you are going to ask to them to do also this fiche de l'élève, where they can have, okay, if the Timio do that, he will do that. So you are going to introduce the when and the done.
Exactly. So, and of course, as all activities, we propose to see solutions where you can compare these solutions with answers of children, and maybe discuss why they did make mistakes or not mistakes, but like why they have decided to choose this option but not another option. So all like you can adapt to your needs all this material.
That's a very good point, Evgenia, that maybe we have forget to say, is that all the answers are all the explanations of these activities. They are, of course, in a folder that the teacher will have with all the explanations. So sometimes teachers are a little bit afraid or they don't feel comfortable of doing robotics because they don't know. It's why we put all the solutions here, so the teachers don't need to know everything because they are going also to discover with the children. We continue with module 2, okay? So another activity that you can do is afterwards, if you decide with the children, for example, you can discover all the parts of Timio and decide which ones are important for your class or for the teacher. This kind of discussion, you can have it with all the group of children.
Exactly. And after we have prepared some pictures where we actually can compare the robot with objects that we use in our life right now every day. So, for example, which you can ask children about, but which difference we have or common function we have between the robotimia and a screen of our smartphones. And there you can really understand and maybe explain how it works and how it's possible also that our screen can detect our finger. And after we can compare it also not only with smartphone, but also, for example, with the car, where the car can detect actually obstacles. So I just turn off the sound and I let Sophia continue.
I will continue. So as you can see here, it's unplugged activities, meaning that for the moment you don't need the computer, okay? Now we are going to pass to module number 3. So in module number 3, you are going to introduce VPL. What does VPL mean? Is Visual Programming Language. So first of all, the teacher will share the screen with VPL, okay, with the blocks that are blue and orange. And you are going to make hypotheses. What does this block mean? After this hypothesis, you are going to give this paper to the children. So in this paper, you can see that you have the block orange and the block blue. So the children in groups of 3 and 4, they have to do an hypothesis. Okay, if Timio has the front captors on, he will become yellow, for example. That can be an hypothesis, so you will ask the children to write here, but after they are going to prove the hypothesis, programming on the computer the robot to see if what they have put in the first part is really the second part. And here you have 2 levels of fiche de l'élève. You will have the first level that is more easy, and after you are going to have a prolongation of a more difficult paper if you need to do an extra activity. Did I say everything of this module 3?
Yes, I think so. There it's really, for example, we have distinguished by a color, yes, orange and blue. I'm sure that you have noticed it during the explanation of Sophia. And these colors means that orange, it's events or even blocks, and blue, it's action block. So events, it's what happens around the robot, and action, how this robot reacts actually to this event.
And of course, again, you always have the solution for the teacher or for the children.
Exactly.
Okay, we are going to pass to model number 4.
Yes. So here we have 2 cubes, and what these cubes represent, I will show you it more closer. So here again we see that we have action in blue and we have a sentence for this action. And here we have an event in orange, and after we have a sentence. So what children should do, they work in groups of maybe 3-4 children per robot or per 2 cubes. Yes, they go down,
roll the dice.
Exactly, and after they see, okay, here we have an event. I have chosen an event very long to read, but yes. So yes, let's say when the arrow front arrow is pressed. In this case, Timia will turn on the top lights in white. So, and here each group has also like cards with these actions and events that they will meet after in during programming modules, and they have to choose actually which event is described by which icon. Yes, and which action is described by each icon. So here we, for example, they can see, thank you, Sophia, well done. So here we can see that the button arrow, like front arrow, sorry, is pressed. In this case, Timia turned on the lights in white.
So as you can see in this exercise, they are going to translate the normal language that we use every day to programming languages. So they are playing a game and they do this kind of translation.
Exactly. So it's really like these activities are preparing children to go to the computer. Our goal is not to put the children in front of the computer just after they have touched robot, etc. They need first to work this like language. They need to work on the vocabulary, and before to start to use icons or like test these icons with a real robot.
Yes. Now we are going to pass to module 5, I think. That it's a very nice module because it's challenge. You have 12 challenges that you are going to give to the children. The challenges are prepared by cards here. The challenges are like this. Here they are in French, but of course we have it also in German. And they go from the most easy to the most difficult. And here you can have many alternatives to work this challenge with your class. You can say, for example, okay, we have many groups, and the groups who make the 12 challenge is going to win, for example. Or you can maybe make another mode. Another mode can be to have many posts of work, many workplaces with one secretary. And the secretary is the one who will explain to the others the challenge, and the groups are going to change from workshop to workshop. That can be one alternative. As we say, we give you material, but you can adapt to your class or the degree of the children that you have. If you think that competition is a good way of working with your class, you can use competition. If you think that maybe it's more like collaboration and one team needs to help to the other, why not? It's up to you. And of course, there is one prolongation. Maybe I let you explain the one that...
Yes. So here we have also like draft version of cards that you can print, and after you can like distribute these cards with children, with your class, and children actually will create a challenge for other teams, yes, or for other groups of children, and like this they can share also their like thoughts or maybe ideas what they would like to create. And again, it's also like it's is already not one of the activity where children should program a robot and like to test what works, what does not work, and etc. And after, of course, as Sophia told, for example, even if you have a competition, yes, in this case, it's possible to create, okay, you put one challenge for all groups, and like the first group who has done this challenge can like explain how they did it, etc. But after, it's also interesting to hear other groups what they were imagining and how they were working on this change, and like to discuss other solutions, because it's very possible that there will be really a lot of ideas and solutions to one challenge. So let's continue.
Yes, of course, yes. So now we have the module 6, that is the follow of lines. So what you need to understand is that all these activities are going to prepare us for the final mission of the moon. And one of the important tasks to know is to follow the black line with the Timio. So here you have the first activity that you are going to ask to the children
To do?
Yes.
And after, yes, here, for example, they should test how to do it, etc. After all these modules, they will also understand that actually there is not a block where we can tell to Timio, okay, Timio, follow the line, and so it does not exist. So we need to understand which instructions we should give to this robot in order make him follow, not him, but it follow this black line. And here, for example, we can see that Timio has ground sensors, 2 ground sensors, and how Timio could use these ground sensors in order to follow the black line. So we can tell to Timio, listen, Timio, when you are on the black line with both sensors, when you detect this black line with both sensors, so you move forward. But of course, when Timio will do it, like in 2 seconds, maybe Timio will detect on the right side, will detect the white. So what to do to Timio to not go out from the black line? Timio has to turn to the left in order to detect again the black line. Timio will follow the black line because he knows what to do when it detects two sensors black. But after it will detect on the left side the white surface. What to do next? So in this case, again, Timio has to come back to the black line by turning to the right. And like this, we have this through thanks of these 3 instructions, we can explain to Timio, yes, what it needs to do in order to come and to follow the black line. And of course, we have another next step. If the class, you see that a teacher sees that the class really can do it. In this case, for children, it will be interesting also to understand and to test how actually we should do Timio to follow this left side, but not middle or right side of this road. Yes, so in this case, I already will not explain in detail how to do it, because you know that you can download all material, and after you can discover on your own how to do it, and maybe it's something that is very interesting for you.
So here, as you can see in this module, we work the downs captors.
Exactly.
On the next module, we are going to avoid obstacles, okay, working on the front captors. And the first activity is that we are going to create an arena, okay? So you take a table or you put it in the floor, and you can build your arena with this kind of walls. Or if you don't have this kind of work, you can take also books wherever you have on your class.
Or just a sheet of
paper,
paper.
exactly.
You can put like a folder like this and put on the side and like to fix with the scotch.
Exactly. Depends on the material that teachers have
Exactly.
at class. You are going to build your arena, and you are going to ask the children to program Timio, and you are going to put, Legos, Kaplas, or whatever you have on your class. So you are going to ask the children to program Timio to avoid the obstacles and to avoid, of course, the walls that you have built.
Exactly. And then, of course, here what will be also interesting for children to do, it is this fact that all teams and all robots will be on the same arena. So it will be a small and short interaction between several robots at the same time on the table. So this activity is pretty nice for children to do all together. And if you would like also to go to move forward, in this case you can also imagine to remove completely walls around the arena. And in this case, to tell children, okay, now you have to avoid each other and obstacles on the table, but also you need to give one instruction which allows the Timio to not fall down. So in this case, they should discover that actually the icon of detection of a black surface or the no ground, it is the same icon. So here also, if you would like to go through it, you can share more knowledge and more information about maybe sensors, how it works, etc. So really here you can adapt for your needs all material. We give all information in order to create flexible material for you.
Exactly. And one of the prolongation that you can do with the children is to use this this printable paper that you have here, where you are going to use one coblet, I don't know how to say coblet, cube, and you are going to ask children to program Timio to move the cube until the green point. So that can be one prolongation. And the other prolongation, yes.
And another prolongation at the same time, yes, you can see it well, I think, from here. Yeah. So here you can see that the change here is for Timio to put Timio on the shape like this, and after to ask children to program this robot to turn, for example, to the Mars. Or to the Venus or to the Earth, etc. So how to do it, etc. And here they will work on concepts which is more in mathematics. I would say that they need to adjust time and speed of Timio in order to go through this distance or to turn this angle. So here, by testing these two components, I don't know, of these formulas that we know. Yes, they tested, they do not know formula, but they meet this concept maybe for the first time. Yes, and
yeah, and maybe as you can see, the papers, the pictures that we have shared here is always on the storytelling of the space. You know, the planets, the moon. So what is very nice is that the activities are working transversal knowledge. For example, you can work science, okay, the moon, the planets. You are working also French because you need to write sentences. You are working maths because you are working the angles or the shapes of the... So you can work really many topics doing the activities.
Exactly. And even this first activity when children should describe the behavior of the Timio, there you can also ask maybe different teams or one team, but you can choose. Maybe they need to use adjectives. Maybe they need to use verbs. Maybe they need to use names. yes, in order to discover this behavior. So here they can also think or maybe work on the vocabulary and the synonyms, etc.
I was thinking when you were talking about, when you are learning French, German, Italian, whatever, maybe you can work with the children another language and asking them, okay, we are going to make a French lesson. Yes. So you are going to describe with the words that we have learned on the French lesson. So you really can adapt the activities in the discipline that you really want to work. We pass to the module 8. So the module 8 is the preparation of the final mission. Okay. So first of all, you are going to put the setting of the moon. So we don't have here the big picture because in fact it's 2 meters per 2 meters, but we are going to explain you. So the idea is that you will have this big vache that you are going to put on the salt and prepare the mission. You are going to put the children on the place of engineers, okay? That they have to prepare this mission, and the mission, in fact, is to push these tubes inside. Oh, here we can see better. The mission, is to push the tubes with the timio inside here on the red surface. As you can see, you can have 6 teams, okay, that they are going to work to push each of them the cubes that they have there. But to prepare a mission, any engineer needs to think about how he's going to do. And for that, you are not going to use the big setting, but you are going to distribute to the children, to the groups, a photocopy like this one, and some post-its, and you are going to ask the children to mark the different steps, right?
Exactly. So actually, again, we are like here with like some modules just before we were working a lot like with computer, etc. And here we work again like without computers. First, you have this change. So your team, for example, for one team, yes, we can choose this robot. So which steps children actually need to do in order to come to these green cubes, knowing that this blue line actually it's a wall. So Timia, they just can't go through this line because it's a wall that they can't touch. So what they need to do, how to program Timia in order to come there. So first they need to think, knowing already how they can program Timia, etc. With this knowledge, they think before to go and program a robot about each step. They put post-its of each step on the map, and they do they make some notes about how to even like to program these steps in order to realize the mission. And here again, we will work also, and teams will work actually on the collaboration. So we do not have a competition, a goal of like to come, who will come first to push this box or cube. They need to come, all of them, they need to come in the middle to push these obstacles to gray squares. And here, for example, we have 2 teams at the same time. It means that first they need to understand but which robot will move first. For example, this robot would like to move till the black line and follow this line. Maybe they will discuss and each team will decide that, okay, this right team will go and will follow this right line, yes, in order to push this square. So here we really work on collaboration and also, of course, in teamwork, because usually teams have maybe 3, 4, or maybe 5 children. I think here no, it's like 4 because we have 6 robots, and they really work on different concepts. And after that,
No, I was thinking also on the role of the teacher. You know, the role of the teacher is also passing through the groups and asking the good question. But did you forget one of the steps? Or what happened? Which captor are you using? Because the children can describe very quickly something, but you need to ask them, okay, the vocabulary, take attention about how they are going to explain that to the group.
Exactly, and also like to put more in storyline in these fictional stories that we have, to put this radio protection on the station on the moon, if I do not mistake. But so to put them in this storyline, we put, for example, in this robotics box, we put headphones for a teacher, and this teacher should play a role of one guidance engineer in the class, which is maybe even in connection with one space center, etc., control space center. And also we have put, for example, in this boxes, stickers with the artistic collaboration logo, which is like pretty space. You can maybe see it. So yes, so we have tried to play on the story. Yes,
and of course, at the end of each team working together, the team needs to be the same when they plan. Exactly, when they plan and the final mission, because they are going to work on the plan that they have planned. Yeah. But what is also very important is that you are going to take the children to make a debriefing and say, okay, how did your team make? How many steps do you have to accomplish the mission? And compare between the teams. Yeah. And it's also important for the children that you verbalize, okay, do you remember in this module we work how follow the line? So the goal is also that the children understand that all the modules are made for the final mission to accomplish.
Exactly. And of course, what is interesting, it's also to keep these post-its on this map. Yes, and after maybe even like to give them another post-its when they will start to program, and actually they will start to really realize their plan, because it's very possible that what they were thinking before will not work, and it will be very interesting to compare what did not work for them, why it did not work for them, etc. And because of it, they could put maybe some notes about like changes, but with a different color of post-it. So yes, we work this on also analyzing of situation, and also how when you program a robot, you should think about all that like can happen with this robot, and like to think about all different kind of situation in order to program and to avoid maybe problems, etc. Because if we send robots on the moon, there we can't really come and just take this robot in order to put where we would like to do. Yes, we need really to think about like more details, etc. So here it's also this goal to work a little bit on this kind of thinking.
Exactly. So on the final module, that is the number 9, they will proceed to make the real mission. Exactly. Where they are going to program the robot to follow the steps that they have done on module 8. Exactly. And see, as Evgenia has said, what have been worked, what is not working, what can they make it better, putting maybe post-it from other colors and trying again. And what Evgenia says is very important, is that they cannot come and begin to touch on the setting. You know, the robot, it's on the moon, so you really need to think that the children need to think, okay, here is the moon, we are far, far away from them, how are we going to proceed?
Exactly. So all these steps, and like I just hope that all this information will invite you and encourage you really to follow and like to subscribe even for MINT Mobil in the future, like to subscribe on the platform Rotoco, to download this material and also like to know more about it. After we have, yeah, you would like to?
Yes, I want to say, as Evgenia said, all the material is downloaded, Creative Commons, so you can take it, print it yourself, and you have seen that we have used teacher material. For example, these cubes, you can also buy it in the internet. It's not very expensive, and it's really material that you can have on your class.
Exactly.
So
we try to, yes.
We try to do material that anybody can have, so it's more accessible to all of you.
Yes, exactly. And maybe just one more information is, as we have just some minutes, maybe like in order just to explain that TeamUI is a pretty interesting object to discover with children and even like to program. And to use this VPL language that we have shown to you today, I just will show you maybe like examples of how to, for example, why in this icon, yes, we have all 5 sensors in red, and why it's not black or gray. For example, when TeamUI detects something, you can see it. I think you can see, yes, you can see. You can see that it turns the light in next to the sensor, it turns the light in red. So, and if it detects with all sensors at once, all sensors actually will have also these red lights. So these objects, sorry, these objects are really very interesting to discover with children, and also like all this work on TeamUI behavior. Also, you can put more attention. But what happens actually when TeamUI detects something? Of course, like TeamUI will move or maybe not move, but also it will be very interesting to discover that red lights turn on, and even like children in the like very often they notice it very fast.
Yes.
So
we have finished with the demo of the MINT module, I think.
Yes.
We really want to thank all the Roteco teachers that have shared the material, because when we have had this mandate from the Canton Bern, we didn't reinvent the wheel. We use the material that teachers have shared. We thank R2T2 because they also share material with us. We thank Urs from the PH Bern because he also helped us not a little bit, very big, a lot, with the translations, with the advices. Yes. And now I think that maybe we can answer if there are questions or see if
yes.
Urs wants to add
back
something.
To Urs. Yes.
Exactly. So we are going to change of camera.
Yes. So.
Until now, there are no questions.
No.
Unfortunately, no question at all.
But Urs, do you have something to add, or something maybe that was not clear enough that we can add for the teachers or the general public that are seeing the video?
Well, for at the first time, I have to say that was a great show you gave to show the TeamUI and the 9 modules. And I have a question myself. Perhaps you can say what are the first possibilities of these 9 modules? What can teachers, what can pupils do after that?
So the goal of this box is also to prepare teams actually to subscribe to the R2T2 missions, and we
maybe explain what is the R2T2 mission.
Yes.
Because a lot of teachers they don't know. But
yes.
It's a good question.
Yes.
Also, thank you for the question.
Thank you a lot.
Explain, Evgenia, what is R2T2?
Yes, R2T2. Yes. So here, like first of all, I think I need to explain what does it mean R2T2. Yes, so it means remote rescue with TeamUI 2. It means that we work with TeamUI but remotely. It's not just a remote control that you can use and the TeamUI is 4 meters from you. not you can connect to the Timio robot through the internet connection, and what we have when we do it, in order to make participants watch what happens really like here by the moment we run it at the EPFL, in order to make them watch what happens here, we stream a video on YouTube, and children can see actually what happens here and how they need to program the robot. They also can collaborate and to communicate with each other on the chat. It's really actually how you see right now our video and how you see the chat. They have the same interface, they can use it. We moderate chats, we help children. And what is very important in our missions, we do not propose to compete between teams, we propose to collaborate. It means we do not have this goal to come first or second. We have a goal, a common goal, for example, to repair a Mars generator. And there also with this YouTube video, they have actually very interesting moment, a very interesting moment for education and really for this computational thinking, I think, that the video has actually this delay of more than 20 seconds. Even right now, for example, I'm speaking, but I know that you will see it only maybe in 20 seconds. So in this case, if children, they program a robot and this robot is not programmed well, Timio will repeat this mistake for 20 seconds, and children will see it very late to stop it, actually, to stop this program. So because of it, children need to test this program, and before with a local robot, they need to think about how to reproduce maybe a similar situation for their local robot before to send this program on Mars, because if they do this mistake, it will be pretty difficult to modify it. Mm-hmm. Because there we prefer to not going on the map of Mars mission, because we do not have by the moment people there. So we try really to work on this also fictional story, etc., and put them more, dive more in storyline. So yes, thank you Urs for this question. And of course, yes, to see what this missions represents, you can follow after we will put the link to the website where you can follow information. Maybe you can subscribe for our newsletter. We do not send it very often, but we will send it as soon as we have an agenda for next year. You will receive notices. But actually also Rotico helps us a lot with sharing this information. And if you are already on the Rotico platform or not, I invite you to be there and to follow us on social media, etc., where we will share, of course, all this information, because all schools are welcome.
Exactly. And what is maybe I would like to add is that to make the one project credible, they need to be tested by teachers. It's that. So I am also curious about the feedbacks that they are going to put on, I don't know, on the Roteco platform, or maybe on the, I don't know if the PH Bern will put also the resources. So if there is a way that the teachers are going to communicate between them and say, okay, for me the module 1 didn't work because of that, but I have done like this. Or also maybe we can ask teachers from special education needs how we can do this kind of activities with teenagers or children with special needs. So it would be very interesting also how the teachers will adapt and appropriate the resources that we have put exactly together.
Yes.
Well, I got a message from a teacher 2 hours ago from the last week about the MINT week last week, and they said the children are enthusiastic and very motivated to work on these modules. Of course, the moon module was the most interesting, and the children are thrilled.
Yeah, because you have in fact, you have the storytelling of the, the moon, the mission of Mars. And I also think that, in fact, sometimes they don't know that they are learning because you put challenge, you put games. So, in fact, you are learning by playing.
Exactly. Actually, we have one.
And she wrote, "Have you seen the moon last night?"
I have not seen. It was beautiful. We have one question also from Isabelle. Isabelle, is the material in French and where? Yes, the material is on French. And it is, for the moment, we have published it on the Roteco platform. I can share on the chat
Yeah, I'm not sure. You can try. I'm not sure that you can share links on the chat.
I will try.
Yes.
If not, Isabel, you can go to Roteco, but you need to subscribe because it's on Robots and Resources, but it's free on the subscription, and there you can find it in French. For the moment, we have not published yet the German because some translations are yet going to be done, but in German it will be also be done.
Oh.
Isabel, I have copy-paste the place in Roteco where we have put all the resources, and you can find also on the article the description of the activities. And you have the pedagogical booklet, Isabel guide, where you really have explained for the teachers all the explanations that we have made orally now. They are better explained on this booklet, really, and you have also the competences. Each module has the competences that are working, the hours that it takes, and you also have the part of theory that you need to know a little bit, not push.
Actually, I know Isabel. She has participated already this year. She has participated with several teams at one RTT mission. And so I'm happy that you are there and I can see you like this in the chat. Thank you that you are there. And what just I would like maybe to add, also we, for example, of course, like we have ordered this like map or moon map for the box, this robotics box. But this moon map really, like real size of this moon map is 2 meters per 2 meters. And actually, if you need information where you can print it, etc., I can give you after I can give you can contact R2D2 collaboration team, yes, our team, and I will answer to you on maybe Roteco, and we will answer to you how to print it. And it's not so expensive as we imagine. It's possible to do, and it's like with pleasure we share our resources of also creation of this material.
I see that it's 5:03. We are very punctual, rules very punctual, Evgenia. So we really want to thank everybody. Really, thank you, Urs, thank you, Evgenia, thank you, the Roteco community, thank you, RT2T, thank you, community. We are very happy of this webinar. We are going to share it also via our YouTube channel, via the Roteco, and we are going to share, of course, with you all, so you can also use it at the PH Bern. So please share all of this. And I don't know if you want to say something else.
Yeah, I think it just also do not hesitate to follow the MINT Mobil project because it's really very nice, very interesting. I would like to be in this stand. I had so much to do with this, like when we had a chance to be there, and I was not there during the installation of our setup, for example. But this project is really very interesting. You can discover a lot of different subjects, etc. And I think Urs, you can share also with us after maybe some information that we could
Thank you.
put under the video, and like this
Yes.
people can find it. Would you
Okay.
like to add something?
Thank you, and I appreciate this co-creation very much. Thank you.
Yes, the
Really,
collaboration
thank you.
between institutions is very important, and most in Switzerland because we have this difference of languages. So I think that really it's important that we don't reinvent the wheel, but we continue to collaborate.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We say
Bye.
goodbye
Have a
to
good time.
everybody, and see you next time.
Exactly. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye.